Hey y'all, thank you so much for joining me on another video. I really appreciate the support as always. Thank y'all so much for reaching out to me and just all around support. Today it's going to be kind of a hodgepodge of things. I really don't know fully what I'm going to talk about. I have a general idea. Um, Basically, this week has been rougher than anything. Um, Challenges with work, challenges with trauma brain, because trust me, trauma brain is a thing. Um, I don't think as clearly, I don't think as fast as I would like or as I think I used to. Um, it's been taking its toll on work and in general life. I've started having to write down things to remind myself. I've got a planner now. Anything I can do to help me just stay focused and remember. Um, this week alone has been pretty tough. I had a very horrible nightmare. Um, when was it? Wednesday, to where I couldn't even go into work. It just, I woke up from that nightmare in full fight or flight mode. Um, I don't know what triggered it. Um, I'm not going to describe it because it was awful, but suffice it to say that it was scary as anything. It was basically kind of reliving a fear in addition to feelings of being used by my ex, um, manifesting itself in my dreams. Oh man, y'all, I got a hair in my eye or something. Um, and that's gonna happen. I mean, my therapist warned me that things like this are gonna happen. There's gonna be hits from all sides, and boy, is that true. Um, Past several weeks, I know I mentioned it to my therapist. I don't remember if I mentioned it on a video, but I feel like I'm getting sucker punched from each side because all these things are coming up. I know there's another memory that's trying to come up, and I don't know all the details to it. I just know one thing of it, and I don't know if it's a memory or if it's just a horrible dream I had, and that's kind of driving me crazy because I want to know if it's a memory so I can deal with it or if it's just a dream that's manifesting on a fear of mine. And it's been tough. This has been a week that I've had to do a lot of driving. Um, Driving is my go to self care, um, where when all else fails, when I can't calm myself down or I need to think, I go driving. Whether it's around the city to a park that I go to a lot or out of town, driving a country. Well, honestly, I could use a drive in the country today, but there's a lot of storms threatening in the area, so I don't want to take the chance of being stuck out on in the middle of nowhere in a bad rainstorm. But it's been a tough week. Um, to where I feel exhausted. You look at me wrong and I start getting weepy. Like right now, I'm getting kind of weepy. Um, and the emotions are literally up and down, even within an hour of each other. Like this morning, I woke up, got dressed, ate breakfast, and I'm thinking, oh, I can go ahead and do this, do this. I was writing myself a mental note, a mental list, and then I ate breakfast. I washed clothes last night, so I got all the clothes folded and put away. And then I didn't want to do anything more. All the energy just drained out of me. I started, it's like I went from a high to bam, bottom. Part of it is my sinuses. The weather with this impending storms kind of messing with my sinuses. I swear my sinuses are a better weather indicator than uh, a forecaster could be. Um, and so that's part of it. But part of it is just I get these highs to where I'm thinking, oh, I can do this and this and this. And then bam, it's like the energy sucked out of me. I did get a few things done. Like I said, I got the clothes folded and put away. So I'm happy about that. And I did pick up the living room some. And I will be getting to that mountain of dishes in the sink. But there's the other stuff I need to do that I'll probably put off until tomorrow. Um, it's been hard. And I think working from home is starting to take its toll on me. Um, it's convenient as anything working from home. It's nice to be able to wake up only a half hour before I gotta go to work, get up, throw on a pair of jeans and a shirt, do that for mental health to help me feel human, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then make a pot of coffee, fix a bowl of cereal, and then clock in. That's super convenient and I like it. But also the downside, because I'm not getting out there and getting out of the house and just going to the office, I'm not wanting to really go anywhere else. It's kind of like the less I go out, the less I want to go out. Because as before, when I was working from the office, it was nothing. It was easy for me to get things done because I would already be out. I would be, leave the office, say, okay, go here, go do groceries, go do laundry, go, whatever I needed to be done, and I didn't have an issue. But now it's like, so I think working from home is maybe starting to affect me. And I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm getting there with the foundation. My next step is to apply for nonprofit. That's going to be daunting, but it'll be worth it. Yet another dream. So I've got all of these things that are working for me, but my brain, it's like my brain kicks in and it starts going all of these things that happened in the past, things I've dealt with, but they're still coming up because it's a vulnerability thing. I have this big issue with vulnerability. And so all of that's repeating in my mind, and then new things are coming up. And like I said, there's a new memory that's trying to surface. And that's even more exhausting. I've been trying not to think about it, because the more I think about it, of course, the more my mind is going to lock up. Because that's what my mind does. When I get too overwhelmed or too scared, my mind just locks and I can't think straight. And it's all part of trauma brain. And that's what I want to talk about is, it's normal, if there is such a thing, normal when it comes to trauma. I'm realizing that I've gone through a lot more than I thought I did. And just trying to piece my world together, my new world. This past year being alone, I haven't been alone for 32 years. I haven't been single for 32 years. So getting used to being single, which quite frankly, I've gotten used to that pretty well for the most part. It'd be nice to have somebody to walk alongside of me going through this. But it's been nice being single. I don't have any issues with that. There have been some times that I've been sort of lonely, but, that comes and goes. And I'm going on a road trip with my daughter in a couple of weeks. We're going to a celebration of life for a family friend. Well, parents of a family friend. Her parents died within weeks of each other. So she's having a memorial service or celebration of life for both of them in a neighboring state. So my daughter and I are going there, and I'm looking forward to that, because it's the first time ever we've done that. We've been wanting to go on a road trip together. Not the best of circumstances, but we're going to make do with it. I've got all of these things in my favor and going for me, and yet I get these bouts of depression where I feel like all I want to do is cry, where all I can think to do is cry. And I'm learning to let myself cry, because that's a thing. I don't like to cry at all, much less in front of others. So if I feel like I really need to cry, I go to my room. I don't even stay in the living room, because I don't want my youngest, who still lives with me, I don't want him to see me crying, because I don't want to upset him. Because it upsets my kids when they see me cry naturally. So I just go in my room and let myself cry. Let it all out. And usually I feel better after that. Maybe not 100%, but it does help. I think it's just, like I've stated in previous videos, where my body is finally, after a year and 3 months, 4 months, my body's finally getting the idea. Oh, hey, now you're safe to feel all these feelings, and there's not going to be any backlash from it. So, bam, you can feel now. And it's been interesting, to say the least. But I've gotten there. I'm getting there. And I'm just taking literally one step at a time. And allowing myself to cry, making time for myself so I can. Because stuffing it is only going to make it worse. It's not going to heal anything. Giving myself grace, which I am so hard on myself. My sister-in-law tells me all the time, it's only a year out. You're only a year out. Well, yeah, I'm only a year out, but my thinking is I'm a year out. I should be way farther than I am. And then my therapist is like, well, think about it. You didn't get traumatized overnight. All of this damage didn't happen overnight. So why would you think that you can get healed overnight? And that's very true. And I gotta keep reminding myself of that because I'm impatient. I want it to happen now, right this minute. I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video, but I've been made director of children's ministries at my church, and I am loving that position. It is absolutely awesome. If I could do something like that full time, I would work 7 days a week, which my foundation, that's why I want to get my foundation going, because my foundation is helping families. So it'll definitely be something I want to do. And planning our first outreach, and that is going to be awesome. It's things have fallen into place. So that is amazing, to put it mildly. And so I have all of these doors that are now opening up that were I wasn't even near to even see the door before this past year. So there have been a lot of good things that have happened. It's just going through these rough patches is not easy. It's rough. I liken it to walking in knee-deep water. You know, you trying to walk through knee-deep water that's up to your knees. You aren't running. At least I'm not. And the typical person is not. I am lucky I'm going to be able to walk at all, lifting my feet up one by one. And so that's what this week has felt like, where I'm literally walking through knee-deep water. And it's been rough. There have been times where I've just wanted to throw in a towel, not do anything, just quit work, pretend the world doesn't exist. But God has gotten me through. Oh, y'all, God, you have no idea how much God has gotten me through. And He's going to continue to get me through. The enemy has been working triple time on me. I'm doing all of these things for God, with the foundation, with church, and with other things that I'm working on. And so Satan is working on me. But yet, he's, getting it done, and God's getting me through it. It's definitely all glory to God, nothing else. There are days where I'm working and I'm like inches away from just calling out for the rest of the day. And kind of funny, because I take phone calls, so I have a headset on. So I'll have my headset on one ear, and I'll have an earbud in the other ear with my music. Because I can't put the music on in the background, because my right ear I'm hard of hearing in my right ear. And I'll put it, in order for me to hear the music, it'd have to be kind of loud, and it would pick up with the customers. So I just put it in my ear, that way only I can hear it. And I'll put on some worship music, and that has helped me big time get through the day, because I'll start getting into the music and singing, in between calls, and that has what's gotten me through, because it's been tough. I've already traveled a very long road for healing, and I've still got a long way to go. It's hard for me to admit that, because I just want to be done with it and say, okay, it's done. You're good. You're healed. Bam. But it doesn't work like that. And I'm working on my insecurities. A lot of insecurities when it comes to second guessing myself, my decisions, my looks, all kinds of things. But it's just one step at a time. But this video is going to be a little short today, because I really can't process too much. I told y'all I'm in brain fog, trauma brain. But y'all have a blessed week. Love y'all. And as always, like, share. If I can help just one person, then what I went through would be redeemed. Y'all have a blessed week. Bye.